Hello folks, in this video I'm going to do the compose message feature for our internal messaging system. Now this is all quite easy. I don't really think there's anything new here, but there's quite a lot of it, so I'll try and do this as quickly as I can and I hope that's cool. So the vibe is when you click on compose message, it goes to inquiries/create. This bears a striking resemblance to blog/create. They just are kind of similar. Okay, so I'm going to copy from blog/create. I'm going to open up the inquiries module and we're going to paste that thing in. Thank you very much indeed. Now if we refresh the screen, you'll see that it's looking for fetch data from post. So I'm going to go to blog again and we're going to save some time because I'm going to copy fetch data from post and fetch data from DB. Okay, we know that this is going to need those two functions. And now I'm going to just go in and set the variables up. So the first variable we're going to have is subject. The next variable we're going to have is going to be message. And the next variable we have is going to be sent to. Okay, that's on the fetch data from post thing. Now, fetch data from DB is slightly different. Yeah, we're going to have subject for sure. We're also going to have message. Okay, we're going to have sent to. Okay, but we're going to have other fields. We're going to have date created, and we're going to have opened, and last of all we are going to have, let me have a think, date created, opened. There's something else and I can't remember it. Anyway, oh yes, sent by, that's the one, sent by. And I know that the order's probably all messed up, but who cares? Right, so we'll head back, refresh. Not too bad, that's not too bad. Now it's given me a little error to do with date published. I'm going to take that date published nonsense out of here, and where we have this headline, create new blog entry, I'm going to say compose new message. Now we're not going to be updating messages, so we can delete that, and as a matter of fact we can even delete everything to do with updating on this thing. Okay, that's the vibe. Right, so that's not too bad, and in fact I'm going to bring this in line. That's pretty cool. We have a thing where we've got blog getting mentioned everywhere. Do you see that? So I'm going to change that to inquiries, and we'll change this flash message to the inquiry. Let me see, the message was successfully sent. It's just going to send the thing as soon as you create it and send it. So that's pretty good. Now let's just check the form validation out. The vibe is we're going to have a subject. Okay, so here we go. So it's going to be required, and the subject will have a max length of 250. That's pretty cool. We're going to also have a message, and the message itself is also going to be required. And finally we're going to have a thing called sent to. I'll put this at the top. You'll see in a second how this works out. Sent to, and that's going to be recipient. I hope I've spelled recipient right, that'll be so embarrassing. And that's going to be required, and actually required's going to do. Remember, this is the admin, so we don't need to be so paranoid about attacks and whatnot. Anyway, if the form validation is cool for the moment, I'm just going to say well done. Okay, we'll worry about the details later on. If the form validation fails, then I'm just going to say echo validation errors. Again, just for the moment. Okay, so that's us. I'm going to take out this data picture thing. We definitely don't need that. I'm going to save and refresh. Okay, so after all that work, we actually forgot to create the create file. So I'm now creating a file called create.php. This will bear a striking resemblance to the create.php that's in the blog. Now we don't need the whole thing. I'll go there and I'll get this section. Okay, and we'll just paste in like so. So I'm just showing you, it's just the form part that I'm interested in, you know. And I'm gonna refresh. Okay, and that's not too bad actually. That's not too bad. Where it says blog entry details, I'll just say message details, and then it's a case of where the form location says blog create, it's going to change to inquiries /create. I'm going to get rid of date published. I'm going to change blog title to subject. Okay, so they things become subject. Then I'm going to head all the way down to blog content, and that's going to be message, like so. Okay, and the name is message, and that's the vibe. Oh, we've got a thing called author. Let's get rid of that. Let's take that out. Okay, refresh, and that's not too bad. So when we're on this inbox, we hit compose message, and look at this. It's pretty cool. All we need to do is actually select a customer who is going to get this message. Now there's a whole load of ways that you can select a customer. I'm going to choose the crappiest, most ungraceful way possible. I'm going to do a drop down, right? Because, well, it's just a tutorial and I'm kind of in a rush, okay? But in a real situation, maybe I would do a page that says choose a customer or a search box or something. I don't know. But forgive me, I am just going to cut some corners here, okay? So, I'm just going to clear the decks here. We can close blog. We can close that. And I'm going to do a search in the modules folder for drop down. Okay, because we do have some drop downs. Do you remember this one here? Looks kind of good to me. And I'm going to paste that in. Something like that. We'll make a div up here. Okay, that's kind of cool. And we'll chuck in recipient here. I'll get this code here, thank you very much. And the vibe is we're going to whack the drop down. Hang on, what's going on here? What's going on? We're going to whack the drop down inside here. Okay, and there's a few irritating numbers. I apologize for that rubbish. Let's just tidy the code up. Something like that. Okay, now this is going to be just a bit too narrow, this class form control thing, so I'm going to say span 4 on this. It's going to make the drop down a little bit wider, and the form fields are going to be sent to. We're going to pass in a thing called options, which will be an array of all the customers. And we're also going to pass in sent to and the additional drop down code. So all we need to do now is go into inquiries, and I'm going to create a function called fetch customers as options. Okay, and I'll write a little note in here that says this is for the drop down menu thing, you know. So it's going to go this load module store accounts, and I'll say query is this store accounts get, let's order by last name. Okay, and I'm going to say for each query loading up result as row, and now I'm going to say customer name equals row first name, join it on to row last name. Okay, and then I'm going to say how about company length is the string length of a row company. Okay, and if row company is greater than 2, then the customer name also equals from row company. Okay, now here is the vibe, folks, and what a glorious vibe it shall be. I'm going to do an if statement here. Well, first of all, I'm going to say customer name is trim customer name, okay, just make sure everything's cool. And I'm going to say that if customer name is equivalent to that, which is possible, no, correction, if it's not equivalent to that, then options row ID equals customer name, that's us, and then we're going to return the options, okay? And I suppose we could say if not is set options, then options is empty or something to try and prevent errors, right? But that's the vibe. Fetch customers as options. So check this out. I'm now going to say data options equals this. Fetch customers as options. We refresh and it says recipient, and look, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now let me just check something actually. I'm a bit concerned that we don't have any company names in there, you know. So if we go to store accounts, David Connolly's from the company Insider Club. Okay, so why did that not happen? Let me just check. If row company is greater than 2, customer name also equals, let me do a die statement. Okay, in that case, I'm sorry, hang on, sorry, it was the wrong thing I wrote there, that's what it was, it's right in front of me. There we go. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Now, the vibe is let me just see here, fetch customer options. Right, do you see how we've said there that if options is not set, then do that? We really don't need to do that either. We can head right to the top here and we can say options like that equals select customer. So there's always going to be at least one option, and when we refresh, this is what we get. Okay, that's awesome, thank you very much indeed. So when we submit this thing, it gives us some validation errors, that's good. Let's go back to the inquiries create vibe here, and we're gonna take out those validation errors. So the vibe is something like that, and we're going to submit. Looks good, right? Do you agree? That looks pretty good. If we select one of these, look, it remembers what happened. I'm going to do A. It remembers that. That's excellent. And here I'll go ABBBB. And that's excellent as well. So this is looking really good. I'm so happy with this. We're almost finished. The vibe is we fetch the data from the post, which is not too bad. And then we have the time date module loaded up here. Do you see that? So the vibe is date created is actually the date created is just the time. Okay, data sent by is going to equal 0 because it's going to be sent by admin, and then data opened equals 0. That's us. And there's really no need for this max ID business here. I'm just going to say the message was successfully sent, and then I'm going to take them back to inquiries inbox. Job done. So that's us. That's all there is to composing a message, and let's try it out, okay? If we do cancel, there's always something, right? If we do cancel, it goes to inquiries inbox. Let's do that again. So this browser is a little bit strange, you know. It's a bit strange. So let me just see, compose new message, cancel, perfect. I'm gonna bring up this messages table, or inquiries table even, and I'm gonna compose a new message. Okay, and we'll send it to David Connolly from Insider Club. Please give me your money, and I have increased the prices for everything. Please pay up now. We do submit. The message was successfully sent, and if we look here, you can see that it's sent by 0, sent to. We have the subject open, everything is cool, and I think that's a wrap. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.